So this heart is really simple and it's understandable. It's an energy center, it's a chakra, it's one of the most beautiful and powerful energy centers. It's one of the effects of daily lives as we've seen, and the energy denseness and the energy focuses, distributes, and flows in it all the time. Shakti, spirit, chi, she, and it plays an intricate part in your life, and you will feel the energy all the time. You'll think about it, and you'll feel as if you're in love. It make you, it's as confident and strong as all of this happens because of the energy center in the heart. And in fact, the state of your heart changes quite regularly. You can be experienced and your heart closes. It's toward them. So if you're simple and you don't feel love anymore, then you have experienced this. What exactly is causing it? Since we all have the experience in the heart, might as well understand what's going on in there. We begin this analysis by fasting. And what is the structure of the heart center that permits us to close it? So, wow. The heart closes because it becomes blocked by storms and unfinished energy patterns from your past. You need to only examine your everyday experiences. Is this you? The world and the place in it, and you have an impact on the senses and the inner state of being. When you take in the world through your senses, it is actually the energy coming from you into the being. From outlet states, you can process the senses into your energy patterns, and mind and heart can receive the experienced. Since the explanations of the sensory process, it's to us. Your eyes are not windows through which you look out into this world you created. This is true for all of your senses. This is the sense of the world converting the information, transmitting the data through the electrical nerve and the impulses, and then the impressions that get rendered in your mindy mind. So your senses are indeed electronic sensing devices, but if the energy patterns that are coming to your sight create disturbance, you'll resist them and not allow them to pass through you. When you do this, the energy patterns actually get blocked within. And this is very important because it's better to understand this. If you have one energy that is stored within you, let's first examine what would be normal for such a thing. You'll be driving down the highway of your mind. You're probably passing through thousands of trees and doing this. So, through and through comes in and sees the senses of your impressions upon the mind, and as quickly as the impressions are made, they are released. When you have no personal issue with them, impressions process freely. This is how the overload system is perceived in the meanings of work. So it's meant to take these things on, allowing you to experience them and passing them through you as light goes into the fully present next moment. While in this system, it's working on an operative system state, and it's fine. You're fine. You're simply having experiences after experiences, driving, trade, passing the cause, and all of these gifts are given to you like a great big movie. They're passing into you, awakening you, and stimulating. They're the best teacher. There's nothing that comes close to the experience of life. What it means to live life of no moment, passing in and out, many different experiences, in going and stating that you're fully aware of this being. This is how an awakened being lives in the now. They're present. If they're full, every moment is stimulating. Moving experience, depth only completely open, and would be flowing right through you into them. Most of us indeed happen within this, and you're driving down again. And here come all the bypasses and the front stores, and the car's just like, yeah, I'm just like the other cars in this cartoon. Look carefully what happens there's the light bouncing off of objects, passing through your retina and making visual impressions upon the screen. Your heart is like the mind fixated on the LCD. You've got subsequent experiences trying to pass through you, and something has happened inside. Let's let the experience unfinished. So what happens to that experience that didn't make it through? Specifically, what happens to the image of the girlfriend's car that doesn't just fade away into the distance of the deep memory like everything else. It rules, and you don't need to process any of it because you could probably skip and skip more. It doesn't just disappear. Within the problem itself, there's an inside pattern. These patterns may be held within you for a very long time. It's not easy to keep them together in one place for so long. As you willfully struggle to keep these events from passing through your consciousness, the energy first tries to let, and then it goes through the mental concepts and tries to tie it in with a release through the heart. And that's what creates the emotional theory and the activity when you resist that release. The energy gets packed up in a force into deep storage within the heart. It's the yogic tradition. It's the yogurt. It's that unfinished energy pattern that's called samskara. And this is a Sanskrit word that means the light in me sees the impression of your mind upon the light in me. And it's considered one of the most important influences affecting your life. And samskara is a blockage, an expression from the past. And it's an unfinished energy pattern that ends up running and ruining your life. In order to understand this, let's first take an in-depth meeting with all the blocked energy recycled deals. Below, a glut with gluttony and other sin, circling and circling deeper into their satisfaction. We see the atoms and the planetary orbits nowhere to be found. Everything is energy. Everything is just expanding outward. It's not contained, for there is a manifestation of creation. Energy must be dynamic, cycling around to create a stable unit. There's why atoms form the basic building block for the entire universe. Visible, invisible, energy cycles around itself, and we're discovering all of this right now. This process of cycling energy is exactly what happens at samskara. It's a kind of mascara in equilibrium if you're resistant to experiencing patterns that causing your energy to stop cycling around itself. There's no other place for it to go. You won't let it, and this is how most people process this data. This packet of cycling energy is really stoned, and you're in an energetic heart center at the samskara. All of you have collected over your life and stored it right here. To fully appreciate what it means, let's go back to the example of light of the blue Mustang. Looking how once disturbed energy patterns is packaged, stored in the heart, and basically inactive, dormant. It may look to you, and you may not even mention the event because you look jealous. You didn't know what she had to do, resist the energy and get stored, and was bothersome to you, while good was really not having it. Every one of the samskaras that you've stored is still there. Everything that you did not make it through from the time that you were babies, intentions of the samskaras were encrusting the valve of the spiritual heart. That incrustation builds up and restricts the energy flows in your chakras. We understand that blockages within the heart come from we haven't answered. You certainly see the potential for the impressions building onto the support of yourself, stating a state. This is because very little energy is coming through the mind. Eventually, everything appears negative because the world senses pass through the lock, and even if you're prone to this deep thinking mode, then you'll just get bent over and you'll just build up in time, and it doesn't always stay blocked.